different key, but we are playing in harmony, in one great symphony. Weave us together, in unity and love. Weave us together, together in love. A moment ago, still we did not know our unity, only diversity. Now the Christ in me greets the Christ in thee, in one great family. Weave us together, in unity and love. Weave us together, together in
Missing the first page. This is our opening song. It's a song I wrote about how beautiful the world is right now, and that we can all fight for the colors that we have inside of us as people, and learn how to appreciate it in others.
Julie, who wrote this?
Me.
Thank you.
And now the words are up here, so we're finally getting some words, which is great. And you can sing the chorus. The chorus is a little easier to sing along with than the rest of it is. So if you can pick up the chorus, that would be fantastic. Okay. We are the colors of the earth. We sing for all humanity. And with our hands we raise our hymns of grateful praise. For this world God has created for you and me. Blue for a baby's gentle eyes, green for the nature that in us lies, gold for the smile that works the grain, purple for the heart that prays for rain. We are the colors of the earth. We sing for all humanity, and with our hands we raise our hands of grateful praise. For this world God has created for you and me. Brown for the tribes that honor holy lands, black for the proud whose justice their demands, white for the hearts of brave pioneers whose faith stands strong to conquer every fear. We are the colors of the earth. We sing for all humanity, and with our hands we raise our hymns of grateful praise. For this world God has created for you and me. Someday our wish is that everyone can see that deep in our souls we can learn how to be free, if we listen closely to answer the call of love that matters most of all. We are the colors of the earth. We we sing for all humanity, and with our hands we raise this hymn of grateful praise. For this world God has created, for this world God has created, for you and me.
Wow, the Unity CSL Inspire Choir. And Julie Wright, that is some guitar you have there, girl. I'm always excited when Julie writes a song for the services. Isn't it just, she is a gift. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. So welcome everyone to Unity of Medford Center for Spiritual Living, Rogue Valley. I'm Kimberly Hawkins. I am really, really grateful to be the spiritual director here with all of you. We had an amazing potluck Thanksgiving feast here with 35 of us on Thanksgiving. It was wonderful. We are a spiritually progressive, inclusive community, faith community. We welcome everyone, no matter where you may happen to be on your own personal spiritual journey. Is there anyone here for the first time? We'd just like to give you a little love. If so, would you raise your hand if you're here for the first time? Ah, welcome. Welcome. We have a welcome packet for you. If you didn't receive one of our ushers will make sure you get one. So let's see, our musicians this morning, Anton Mizarek, Laura Berryhill, who brought their Tibetan bowls because this is a meditative service we're doing, and Julie Wright and the Inspire Choir. Wendy Wellborn is our practitioner who will be sharing the pulpit with me today. Teresa Jenkins is at home holding high watch for us. And I'm just really grateful to be here. This is a very different service this morning. In case you didn't see the newsletter, we're doing a Taize service. So it's not a talk and a lot of really rousing music. It's more meditative, and we'll be doing short readings, a lot of music, and I'm pretty sure you will enjoy it. See if I'm forgetting anything. Please turn off your phones or put them on airplane mode if you haven't already done so. And I'm going to do a few announcements right now because it is a meditative service. I don't want to do it at the end. So we've got 3 announcements. Our men's group meets tomorrow, Monday at 11 a.m. here. That's been a time change. Rowan Alec is here again this week with wreaths. So if you have purchased a wreath to support the Ashland High School snowboard team, pick it up, please, if you haven't already. Next week is our teen fundraiser. It's a soup-off. So I know at least a dozen of you have signed up to bring homemade soup. I'm going to encourage y'all to bring your checkbooks or your cash because you'll have an opportunity to give a love offering to taste all dozen soups. If you want to vote for your favorite, I think there are different categories. You can purchase tickets. I'm not sure how much they cost, but they're not a lot, to vote for your favorite whatever soup. I think it'll, I don't know. Anybody here, any teens here? I guess they're in the other room. And finally, you can purchase either a quart or a pint of your favorite soups to take home with you. Who wouldn't want some soup in the freezer over the holidays? And all of this is in support of our teens going to winter camp, Martin Luther King Day weekend. So I know this community is always very, very generous with our teens. So I think that's it for now. I'm going to invite you to kind of settle in, go within. We're going to turn it over to our musicians. And as always, after this particular song, please hold your applause because Wendy will take us right into prayer.
There's always a lot of things to be thankful for in Thanksgiving. One of the biggest ones is each other. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you. Thank you for being in the world. I love you. I bless you. Thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you. Thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you. Thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you. Thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you. Thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you. Thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you. Thank you for being in the world. Is there a switch?
Thank you. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Let's begin with gratitude today on this Thanksgiving holiday weekend. Knowing that gratitude is fully love that we give back to God. We are in the presence of one. In all of this diversity that we see and we experience together, there is only one being present. I call that being God, Mother, Father, Spirit, Source, unconditional love and peace. I bless us today. As we've been blessed with this music and with the presence of each one here, I know that my blessing just adds on top of the ones that we already have. That there is no place where there is not love for each other, for our lives, from God to us. We are ensconced, enfolded, and we are enraptured by the love of God. And as we know that this is true, that there is nothing that can be faulty or go awry that isn't for our greater purpose. And we accept that with gratitude. Blessing this service, that it continues to flow as beautifully as it is flowing, and that we know that we are never ever alone or separated. We say thank you, thank you, thank you, knowing that the law has said yes, and so it is. So I have a reading today from the Unity Daily Word. This one is from Thanksgiving, so 11/23/23. My gratitude grows throughout the seasons of life. The gratitude in my heart fills me with love and contentment. I express my grateful feelings joyfully, knowing each demonstration of gratitude holds creative power that aligns me with the overflowing good of the universe. When I give thanks, I affirm my blessedness and acknowledge my many gifts. But I also communicate my appreciation for that which I have not yet received. In doing so, I stand firmly on a foundation of faith. I declare my trust in the process of life and its unfolding for my highest good. Unfolding for my highest good. Oh, that tastes well. That tastes good in my mouth. Using my faith to shift my perspective, I can also appreciate the challenges in my life. Where before I saw obstacles and problems, I now see opportunities. And it's an opportunity to return to gratitude, knowing every experience is for my growth. From 1 Thessalonians 5:18, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. And so it is.
We're going to do a chant that's a spiritual practice. It's a chant from Tibet to invoke universal compassion into our lives, kind of reprogram us so that compassion becomes a more natural first response. You're welcome to chant with us. The words are Om, Tare Tare, Tut Tare, Ture Soha.
Tare Ture Soha, Om Tare Tare. 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 Tare Ture Soha, Om. Tare, Tare Ture Soha, Om Tare Tare. 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 Tare Ture Soha, Om. Tare Tare, Tare Ture Soha, Om Tare Tare. Tare Ture Soha, Om Tare Tare. Tare Ture Soha, Om.
tare, tutare ture soha, tare 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 tare, tutare ture soha.
What a gift you two are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you, Tom, for fixing our sound here. That was just lovely. So, as I mentioned earlier, in case you came in late, Laura, we need that.
Laura,
yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. But yeah, we're just using this one because we're both going to be here. Yeah. As I mentioned earlier, but if you came in late, you may not have heard us, we're doing something not a little different, a lot different today. There's no talk and rousing music as we usually have. This is a Taize style service, and I just wanted to give you a little history about what a Taize is. Some of you have experienced it here before. This type of service was created in a town called Taize, France during World War II by a monastic order of monks who focused on oneness and unity, which is what we focus on as well. Particularly, their focus was on the reconciliation between divided peoples, it was a war, and divided traditions, faith traditions, that is. Prayer and silence are at the heart of the Taize service. According to one of the monks, it's a time to rest in God and to let the words and music penetrate one's being. I always love doing these services because, as Wendy prayed for us earlier, we get to relax into that sacred space as well. Our theme for the Taize this morning is, not surprisingly, gratitude, with a focus as well on peace, both internal peace in our being and peace for our world. Benedictine brother David Steindl-Rast reminds us, it is not happy people who are grateful, but rather grateful people who are happy. However, we must stop, get still, in order to open our senses and our hearts to the freely given gifts that actually surround us every single moment. Brother David recommends we build stop signs into our lives to remind us to do that. And I believe by gathering together here this morning, we have already heeded his advice. So I invite you to relax, to close your eyes whenever you like, and just breathe in the readings we are about to do, allowing the music to lead you into a meditative space. Let's see, where am I? We will ring the meditation gongs here occasionally as we go into brief periods of silence and as we come out of them. So enjoy. From Julia Fehrenbacher, in a piece called The Cure for All. Go gently today. Don't hurry or think about the next thing. Walk with the quiet trees. Can you believe how brave they are? How kind? Model your life after theirs. Blow kisses at yourself in the mirror, especially when you think you've messed up. Forgive yourself for not meeting your unreasonable expectations. You are human, not God. Don't be so arrogant. Praise fresh air, clean water, good dogs. Spin something from joy. Open a window, even if it's cold outside. Sit. Close your eyes. Breathe. Allow the river of it all to pulse through eyelashes, fingertips, bare toes. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe until you feel your bigness, until the sun rises in your veins. Breathe until you stop needing anything to be different.
From Melanie Beatty. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos to order, confusion to clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. From Sarah Van Brothnock. Both abundance and lack exist simultaneously in our lives. As parallel realities, it is always our conscious choice which secret garden we will tend. When we choose not to focus on what is missing from our lives, but are grateful for the abundance that's present. Love, health, family, friends, work, the joys of nature, the personal pursuits that bring us pleasure. The wasteland of illusion falls away and we experience heaven on earth. From Ernest Holmes. In everything give thanks. An attitude of gratitude bespeaks the realization that we are now in heaven.
From the Dutch priest Henry Nouwen. The choice for gratitude rarely comes without some real effort, but each time I make it, the choice is a little easier, a little freer, a little less self-conscious. From Robert Holden. The real gift of gratitude is that the more grateful you are, the more present you become. From William Arthur Ward. Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. From Ralph H. Blum. There is a calmness to a life lived in gratitude, a quiet joy.
From Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. There are no mistakes, no coincidences. All events are blessings given to us to learn from. From Naomi Williams. It is impossible to feel grateful and depressed in the same moment. From Charles Fillmore. Gratitude opens the door to abundance. The more grateful you are, the more blessings you attract. And from Emmanuel Dogger, when gratitude becomes an essential foundation in our lives, miracles start to appear everywhere.
From Rabbi Harold Kushner. Today I choose to live with gratitude for the love that fills my heart, the peace that rests within my spirit, and the voice of hope that says, all things are possible. And so we affirm this Thanksgiving, the possibility of world peace. From Lao Tzu, if there is to be peace in the world, there must be peace in the nations. If there is to be peace in the nations, there must be peace in the cities. If there's to be peace in the cities, there must be peace between neighbors. If there's to be peace between neighbors, there must be peace in the home. And if there's to be peace in the home, there must be peace in the heart. Lord, make us instruments for your peace. And so it is.
I think that we'd like to invite you to sing with us. We'll try to maintain a nice, peaceful feel. on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And clap for that one. Love your harmonica. So I have a little Thanksgiving story for you before we come up, and just a warning about, well, not a warning, but a notice about what's happening after this is we're going to invite each of you up. So you might be thinking about what prayer is on your heart this Thanksgiving weekend. It doesn't have to be just one prayer. It might be prayers for what you're grateful for, giving thanks. It might be prayers for what you'd like to see happen in your own life, the life of your loved ones, the life of your community, the life of your world. So each of you will have the opportunity to come up silently, light a candle from the God candle in the middle, and say your prayer silently to yourself, and then we'll affirm all of them in a prayer, just blessing all of them. Because what we know is that the divine presence always hears, always responds, not necessarily in exactly the way and exactly the time that we would like, but always, always God hears, God responds, God answers prayer. So this is the story. When Mrs. Klein told her first graders to draw a picture of something for which they were thankful, she thought how little these children who lived in a deteriorating neighborhood actually had to be grateful for. She knew that most of the class would likely draw pictures of turkeys or bountiful laden tables for Thanksgiving. That was what they believed was expected of them. What took Mrs. Klein aback was Douglas's picture. Douglas was so forlorn and likely to be found close in the teacher's shadow whenever they went outside for recess. Douglas's drawing was simply this: a hand, obviously, but whose hand? The class was captivated by his image. "I think it must be the hand of God that brings us food," said one student. "A farmer," said another, "because they grow the turkeys." "It looks like a policeman, and they would protect us," another boy added. "I think," said Lavinia, who was always quite serious, "that it's supposed to be all the hands that help us, but Douglas could only draw one of them." Mrs. Klein had almost forgotten Douglas in her pleasure at finding the class so responsive to this activity. When she had the others at work on another project, she bent over Douglas's desk and asked quietly, "Whose hand is that?" Douglas mumbled, "It's yours, teacher." Then Mrs. Klein recalled that she had taken Douglas by the hand from time to time. She often did with the children, but it surprised her to realize that it meant so very much to Douglas. Perhaps, she reflected, this was her Thanksgiving and everybody's Thanksgiving, not the material things given to us, but the small ways that we give something to others. As we move now into our time of personal prayer and candle lighting, I invite each of us to say a word of thanks for those who have extended a helping hand in some form to us in the form perhaps of financial help, encouragement, a note of appreciation, perhaps just an encouraging smile. But I invite you to go within for a moment and ask your heart what prayers are lying there this morning. Simply observe what prayers are close to your heart right now. Might be gratitude for people or circumstances in your life. Perhaps also prayers for someone suffering in some way right now. Prayers for peace in our troubled world. Just maybe it's all of the above. Let's take a moment to listen and hear before we come up to light our candles. So in a moment, we will do physically what we're already doing in consciousness, bringing light to the desires of our hearts, light to any darkness in our thoughts or in our being, to the conflicts we are experiencing, not only among nations, but within our own nation and within our own hearts. We now bring the light of truth, of love, of peace. We'll continue to hear music and invite each of you to come forward and light a candle from the central flame. We can have people from both aisles line up in the center aisle. I'm going to encourage you, if you're among the first to come up, to put your candles toward me so that people don't burn themselves when they try to add, because there are quite a few of us here today. Ushers will guide you when it's your row's turn. So I'm going to ask the people in the front rows to please, the front two rows to please form a line in the center aisle. Wendy and I will be standing here to help. And we ask you all to remain silent throughout this time. You might just affirm that the prayers for each one as they come up are heard. Might be helpful when you return. I forgot to say, if you return on the outside, it'll keep the circle flowing. so as we look and behold the light, what I know is that this represents the light within each of us, the well wishes, the heart, the compassion, the love that lives within each heart, not only for those of us here, but truly within everyone on the planet. And I know that each of these prayers has been magnified by our sharing it in consciousness silently with each other, that there is a ripple of light now. I trust that included in these prayers were prayers for Ukraine, for the Mideast, for peace wherever there is not peace currently on the planet, including in our families, in our hearts, in our cities, in our nations. That all things are possible with God. As I look at the light, as I feel the joy, the release of heaviness, the surrender that these candles represent, I know that we are all held in the arms of the divine one love that lives itself as each one of us in a unique and beautiful way. So giving thanks for the lovely music today, for the participation of everyone in this room, for my co-facilitator, Miss Wendy, for this community which teaches unity, which teaches oneness, for the fact that these two communities have come together in peace and unity, Unity of Medford and Center for Spiritual Living Rogue Valley. I know that each of us walks away today with peace in our hearts and the commitment to spread the light, to speak the truth, to practice forgiveness, to see only God in everything and everyone we encounter. And that, my friends, makes all the difference. I'm personally grateful for being able to be here, and I know I speak for Wendy too, to witness this, how beautiful it is, how blessed we are. And we say together, so it is. Amen. Thank you. So let's take another deep breath together. I think I went out of order a little bit, so we're going to do the offering, and then I'm going to lead us in a closing meditation. That's why you guys were a little confused, huh? It was actually me that was confused. And it's okay. It's okay. So let's take time now to give our tithes and offerings as our ushers, Patricia and Will, come forward. This is always a time to give thanks for all the good we're receiving in our lives and the opportunity to share a portion of it to those places where we are spiritually fed. So if you choose to put something physical in the basket, I invite you to place it over your heart right now. Or you can just place your hand over your heart as we say this affirmation together. Graciously I give.
Graciously I give.
From a place of love.
From a place of love.
Knowing that as I give, so do I richly receive.
So do I richly receive.
And so it is. Well, Anton and Laura sing, I am blessed. I'm just going to first invite all of those online. First of all, thank you for watching. And second of all, if you would like to give to our center, you can do so at our website, cslroguevalley.org. Hit the donate button. I am so blessed. No, you changed. Okay. Change is a good thing.
Blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Amen. Blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Amen. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Amen. Let our joy be so
invite you now to close your eyes with me for just a minute. Put your hands over your heart. Feel the warmth of the light that resides there now. Now imagine with me that this light that glows in your heart expands to touch those next to you, to fill this room, to extend beyond the borders of these walls, seeing in your mind's eye its glow, lighting up our neighborhoods, our valley, our state, lighting up our country and our world. Take a moment once again to bless any area of our world with that light, whether it's in a specific home or heart or an entire country. Let that healing light of love bathe this area or these areas, knowing without a doubt the power of this light, God's light, to bring peace and to bring love. And now that we have woven a thread of light through our hearts and out into the world, let us bring our attention back to this present moment. And please repeat after me these words of truth. I know that the divine light resides in me. I know that it loves and nurtures me. My heart is awakened. My life is transformed. This light goes with me out into the world, awakening new hearts and transforming more lives. And so it is. Amen. Thank you so much for your participation this morning. I'm going to say a brief benediction and then turn it over to our musicians for our closing song. And please feel free to join us in the social hall for Michael's soup and some snacks and some fellowship time. I give thanks for this time of quiet and reflection, of joining in consciousness with those for whom we are grateful and for those to whom we wish to extend a loving, helping hand. I'm grateful for the chance to remember that all things work together for the good, those who recognize and love the divine in all its forms and all its faces. Grateful for the remembrance of the truth that we always have been, are now, and always will be one in spirit, despite any apparent differences or conflicts. Knowing as we let the love that we are guide our thoughts, our actions, we truly do create peace. We create heaven here on earth. And so it is. I invite any ministers or practitioners in the room to come forward, reminding you that they are available for a 5-minute miracle prayer after service. Please don't leave here with a heavy heart. If you just want to continue the prayer you said here, that's great too. All right, you two?
And usually we ask people to stand. If you'd like to stand, just...
Light your lamp and pass it on. Let it shine for everyone. your love and pass it on. Let it shine for everyone, so we all may know, and we all